Welcome to Fight Night Hearthstone Edition, featuring some of the top players from around the world. With $25,000 in prize money on the line, who will go home the Hearthstone champion? This is Fight Night.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another season of Hearthstone Fight Night hosted by ESGN TV. My name is Dan Cho, aka Frodan, and I'll be your host throughout the event. We've got the top two teams from Hearthstone once again, Liquid Value versus Team Doggy House to play in 4v4 Team Hearthstone. But once again, there's going to be a twist. The three classes that they chose last week, they're not allowed to play. We'll explain everything to you as soon as you check out the highlights from last week.
We're going to see which team is better.
I can't wait to find out what's going to happen between these two teams.
Oh, raise Ragnaros!
Make sure to aim right for the face. Pretty epic game.
Let's meet our players. From Team Liquid Value, Kong Strife Crow Shu. The team captain, Kevin Monk Dong. The newcomer, Case Koyuki Kiyanaga. And you voted for the mayor of Value Town once again, Jeffrey Trump Sheep. From Team Doggy House, Marcin Nimch Filipovic. Yana Savish Mikonen. The team captain, Dan Artosis Stemkoski. And the last doggy, but certainly not the least, Jan Ekop Palace.
Alright guys, now that you've gotten to know our players, let's go to the wheel of RNG. First, we're going to have Monk from Liquid Value. Kevin, welcome back to another season of Fight Night. So, you guys are down in the overall series 1-2. Is anything going to be different this time around?
Yeah, I think we're going to do a lot better. Last time it was 2-3, but I felt the last game had a lot of RNG in it, and I'm pretty confident we can take this series.
Alright, well, let's see if the RNG this time will be in your favor, starting with the wheel. Round and round the wheel goes. And it's approaching Artosis. Or will it be... it's gonna be Artosis. To lead things off, the captain. You know, I thought the wheel was gonna land on Nimsh, but it's stuck on Artosis. What are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, last time Artosis and I played some funny games, but this time I think Artosis can prove himself. I think he'll play better, but hopefully we'll still take the match pretty easily again.
All right, well, he's gonna come up to the wheel to spin to find out who he's playing against. Good luck, Monk. Maybe a rematch.
Maybe.
You know, he could execute his own Savant.
I have no time for
The inner raid. Oh no, you only can play it on an enemy minion.
And then the third deck is actually a deck that I made myself that everyone's kind of disagreeing with me on and saying I'm not completely sure about this deck idea, but I think it complements the other two decks I'm using very well. So hopefully that's the one that I'm really hoping doesn't tank, because that's kind of my personal little creation. No one else is using anything like it.
But I'm looking at this third deck, Crip. It's looking pretty dicey.
Well, we've seen Artosis get lucky in the past. Was it a crumble, or did you just give him the victory?
I'm joined by Artosis at the wheel. Dan, you're going to be playing first. Now, you said Strifeco in the previous round. Do you still want to play Strifeco here?
I do. I may as well take the bullet for my team, so why not, right?
Well, good luck, and may the RNG be in your favor. All right. Oh, it's approaching a player that I think you're familiar with. Oh, will it be Trump? No, it's Koyuki. All right, so Artosis versus the new guy. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Well, you know, I'm looking at this optimistically. I can't possibly play worse than last time, so I think it's going to be a much better match.
All right, it only goes up from here. Well, good luck, Artosis, because you have a tough match.
Good luck, sir. Good luck.
I actually haven't played Artosis ever, I think. The last time I saw him playing was actually from BlizzCon. I haven't really been paying that much attention to like when he streams. I don't stream at the same time, or I'm not up at the same time that he streams, so I rarely get to catch when he's on. So I really can't form an opinion on him, to be perfectly fair.
Koyuki is a really kind of legendary card game player. From what I know, he's a former world champion in L5R, Legend of the Five Rings, and maybe even another game. And he's like a very smart, very good deck builder. In fact, the Paladin deck that they were using a lot in previous fight nights was basically his creation. So he's definitely going to be a very scary player, and I would say has more experience than their whole team combined. So he is going to be maybe the second scariest from that lineup.
Hearthstone is a 1v1 digital card game developed by Blizzard Entertainment, the company behind famous franchises such as StarCraft, Diablo, and the World of Warcraft series. Currently in the Hearthstone beta, you have the choice between 9 hero classes: Warrior, Shaman, Rogue, Paladin, Hunter, Druid, Warlock, Mage, and Priest. Each class has its own unique set of cards that you can choose to customize, as well as a unique hero power that you can use once per turn. Each player chooses 30 cards before the match. This format is often called constructed and is considered the primary form of competition in any collectible card game. Hearthstone is turn-based. Both players take separate turns to play their cards. You can play as many cards as you want, but be careful not to run out and be completely hopeless. The first person to have their opponent hit 0 health is declared the winner. With over 450 cards currently in the beta alone, Hearthstone offers an array of opportunities to build neat strategies and deck themes oriented around various playstyles. Similar to other strategy games, there is no one deck to rule them all. It comes down to who prepares the best and who gets the draws. So here are the rules for Fight Night Hearthstone Edition. 8 players form 2 teams and battle it out 4v4. 2 team captains spin the heartless ESGN wheel, which will determine the matchups. Now the battle begins. In order to win, the player has to beat all 3 of his rivals' decks. After all the players have battled solo, it's time for the final ace match. All 4 players on each team unite in a grand showdown to find out who is the strongest. Ultimately, the stakes are high. Teams can win as much as $5,000 for crushing their opponents. If one team manages to go even further and clean sweep their opponents, the winners will receive a huge bonus reward of $5,000 on top.
And I think the thing that draws me to Hearthstone the most is how clean it is. I mean, there are bugs, there are always going to be bugs. There are cards that are too strong, too weak, not fun to play against, whatever. That's always going to exist in any card game you play. But the mechanics of the game are very clean. The game is very simple and yet has a lot of depth to it, which is kind of something that you don't see very often. Most of the times, card games make their games more complicated to try to add depth. It's very rare to see a card game that is as simple as Hearthstone and yet have like any depth of gameplay, much less as much Hearthstone has.
We'll be right back with Fight Night.
Fun? I remember what fun was. I had fun on fight nights. It ain't much if it ain't Dutch.
StarCraft Arcade Edition premieres March 10th on ESGN TV.